Now we're going to find circumference and arc length. If we remember that circumference is sort of like perimeter only for a circle, and it's the distance around. So it's a linear measurement. We will not have squared units. We'll have linear units. And we'll use the circumference formula. So if you remember, circumference can be found by pi times diameter, or by saying 2 pi r. The radius being half the distance from the center to the circle, and the diameter being the entire distance across the circle through the center. So for the first one, we'll have 20 centimeters as the diameter. And so we'll say our circumference is going to be equal to 20 pi centimeters. And we're done because it asks us to leave our answers in terms of pi, which means we will not multiply 3.14. We will leave the Greek symbol for pi as the answer. This next one, we've been given the radius. So we're going to have to use 2 pi times the radius, which is 3. We'll go ahead and simplify 2 times 3 and get 6 pi feet. And again, linear units, not squared. And we'll leave it like that because it is in terms of pi. And for the third example, same thing. C equals 2 pi times the radius, which is 4.2. And so we'll get 8.4 pi, and again, meters for the circumference. Now, to take it a step further, we're going to find the arc length. And when we ask about the arc length, we're talking about the distance just between x and y, just the length of that sector, so that part of the circumference. So the first thing I have to do is set up a ratio, or fraction if you will, that shows the portion of the circle that I'm dealing with. So this is 90 degrees, this portion, and the entire circle is 360. So I'll say 90 over 360, and that gives me my fraction of the circle. Okay, now I'm going to multiply it by the circumference, right, which is going to be pi d, right, which is going to be 16 pi. Okay, I also have been asked to leave this in terms of pi, so I'll go ahead and say 90 over 360 becomes 1/4 times 16 pi. Still not going to multiply pi. 1/4 of 16 is 4. So my answer is 4 pi, and I'll say inches because it is a linear measurement. And that's how far, or the distance of this arc length. Okay. For the next one, we're going to use the fraction 240 over 360 because 240 degrees of the entire 360 is the portion I'm talking about. However, in this one we don't have diameter, so we're going to say 2 pi times the radius, which is 15. I can reduce 240 over 360 to 2/3, okay? And then I can multiply 2 times 15 to 30 pi, okay? I can reduce again. 3 into 30 will give me 10. 2 times 10 is 20, so it looks like I'm going to have 20 pi, and again, centimeters, it's a linear measurement, and that'll represent the distance from x through p ending at y, 240 degrees of the 360 degree circle. That's how you find arc length.